What is going on, y'all? Welcome back to the Mic Check Show. My name is Suave, also known as ShantiDaGoat.
My name is SimbaTheSpeaker, also known as the Nigerian Prince, also known as Mr. Giddings.
And we're back at it.
Real slow, come back if you say you want some more. I said, welcome to the Mic Check Show. I said, welcome to the Mic Check Show. I said, welcome to the Mic Check Show.
There's a lot of crazy stuff going on in the news, man. We got Rihanna and that picture. Did you get to watch her Super Bowl performance at all?
I actually did not watch. Actually, you know what? Let's see if I can pull it up.
Dang, I low-key didn't watch that performance at all, but
Dang, I ain't gonna lie, that shit might be long.
definitely not watching that. But what I can say, it's always funny when like the Super Bowl and stuff happen because like you have the guys that are all there for the Super Bowl, and then you have the women that all watch the Super Bowl just to watch the show.
Watch the
like,
show, facts. No,
yeah, that's
I heard some like I ain't gonna lie, I've heard some good and bad. Like, so the people that support Rihanna, I heard them say that they like it, and I understand that. But I was hearing a lot of like, yo, that shit is like wasn't popping too much.
Oh, like they weren't like you heard people that wasn't enjoying the show?
Yeah, they weren't enjoying it, but
I didn't hear that. That's crazy.
no, I actually seen a lot over Twitter, but it's crazy because I seen that she might have been doing that shit pregnant. So I wonder if it was like there's only so much she could give.
Do you think like before she went onto the show that she had to let the Super Bowl know like, hey, I'm pregnant, by the way. I don't know if you guys still want me to do this. I wonder if they knew and they were like, actually, that would be perfect. We still want you to come on.
They probably knew, but they were probably like, it's Rihanna.
Yeah. Yeah.
it's
regardless,
Rihanna.
would even matter.
I think they had, it's like, it was hella views.
Because she never even really announced that she was pregnant. She was just, I guess people just saw the belly and was just like putting two and two together until she actually dropped that picture.
Exactly. It was like, whoa. And then, yo, the memes were going crazy, bro. They were like,
bro.
No.
Again,
no.
the boy ASAP ain't playing. He got his chance. He was like, bro, I'm about to shoot it up as much as I can.
Oh, God. Let's see. I'm trying to see right now
But
how many people viewed that. It was 118.7 million viewers, making it the second most watched Super Bowl history. So it's crazy because her halftime performance, the numbers did what it was supposed to do.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah,
whoever made
I wonder
that
if that's just
executive.
because like we're getting more and more people born at a faster rate, and like younger people are on social media, so it's easier for them to tune in. Like I wonder why the numbers
Probably
are
more
going up.
outlets to tune in from.
Yeah, it could. Yeah,
So
probably.
it's like it definitely makes it easier for a lot more people to watch it. But you still have a lot of people that don't watch football that just genuinely wanted to see Rihanna by herself.
Especially a lot of ladies. What
What do you think they pay Rihanna for that?
Ooh, if I had to guess, 6 million.
6 million? I think more. No
Like,
cap.
you think with the O at the end of it, you think like over 10?
Yeah, let's see. I'm trying to see how much did Rihanna. They said they did not put it. Somebody put a number on it. Did Rihanna get how much do Beyonce?
That's crazy.
Rihanna won't get paid much for it, so I have to hear why.
This
Man,
article. But
She got
regardless,
paid.
especially just that's the goal, bro. Just building up your personal brand so much that just her presence brought in. They want to pay her millions just for her to just be her.
Facts. And, you know,
That's dope.
She done built that platform for that. She done built that platform to that. But that goes back to what we was talking about with the Rihanna and the ASAP cover of that magazine.
You think that when she dropped the picture, I think that's when they dropped that Vogue magazine cover, that's probably when everybody actually knew for real. But which is, when I think about it, it had to be strategic because she did the Super Bowl and then right after the Super
Get
Bowl.
all those viewers.
Yeah, and then boom, Vogue. So all of it was planned. So she knew she was going to release it. She knew she was going to be at the Super Bowl. And then I know that Vogue shoot was already set up because she wouldn't do the Super Bowl and then just have the Vogue shoot. It was already probably pre-planned.
How you felt about the Vogue shoot?
It's cool doing it together, but how I feel about the picture was a little crazy when I saw it. I'm not gonna lie, bro. When I first saw the picture, let me pull it up right now. When I first saw the picture, I was like, oh snap, that's a cute baby. And then I looked and I'm like, why does ASAP look so like feminine in the back?
Facts.
Like these are my first natural, honest, like that was my first thing. I'm like, why does he look like a woman? Like that's the first thing I got. I'm like, he just looks so like. He
Like
just
he's
looked
the
like
mother of the child.
Yeah, like he was like he just had the child and he was just like nurturing it, which is nothing wrong a black man like nurturing your child. I completely love it, but it just looked like Rihanna was just like the dominant force, and then you had ASAP like right behind him.
Yeah, you think it had anything to do with money? Or you think money is the I guess it's the way they were able to sugarcoat it. Like, okay, yeah, she has more money, so like.
Well, I know she's obviously a bigger artist. That's 100% what I would say. But before going into that, what do you think about the cover? What was your first impression of seeing it? Okay, I got it in front of me. Cool.
My first impression of seeing it, I was like, what did I think? I definitely thought it made him look feminine, and I think demasculation of men is definitely the second thing I thought. Mm-hmm. But the first thing, it was just like, dang, like, I don't know, because it's like they have her leading as if like she's the head of the household.
Yeah,
and it's like, oh shit, thank you, emasculation. So the emasculation of men, that's the first thing I thought of when I was that's the second thing I thought of when I seen it. But I'm like, damn, like, it just looked weird for her to lead.
Yeah, it just, because like me, I have no problem like being a strong woman figure. I just know it was just something about the picture would just seem so like I got this baby, like I'm leading the way. Like even if you just look at it, like
Rihanna Reborn.
Yeah.
What is she reborn into?
Well, I think because what I will say, and just to be fair, this article was about her, and that's when I was talking to some of our brothers about it. They were saying, all right, one of the points that they put up was like, all right, this article is about her, and I said, okay, that makes sense, that's cool. But how it was done was a little bit weird,
bro. The way they did that photo was very intentional. Like it's very I know it's about Rihanna, but it still could have been about Rihanna while she held the baby. You feel me? Like, it's Rihanna. Like, she has that social status to the point where even if he's in the front, like, everybody is going to make sure they acknowledge Rihanna.
Yeah. Then the thing is, it's kind of hard, I guess, when you're making covers like this, just playing devil's advocate, trying to be as unbiased as possible. Mm. Because if they were to put Rihanna on here by herself now, then it's going to be like, oh, she's just a single black woman. Where's ASAP? So it's like, I'm trying to think, like, how else would they have covered? But you know,
I don't think people would have thought that. I think if she was on that cover itself with Rihanna Reborn, I don't think it would have been about, like...
No, her and her baby.
Her and her baby. What's at that point, take away the baby, because their baby, because she's not even really, like, holding it. Like, I love the photo and how it looks, but, like, I can't lie. When I first seen it, it made ASAP look more feminine.
It did.
I don't know if that was the intention of it. And, it's nothing wrong with loving your baby. But
you know what it reminds me of? It looks like he's the nurturer and she's the provider.
Yes.
That's the best way to put it without being offensive. It looks like he's nurturing, she's providing and leading the way, which is kind of weird because it's a flop. And there's nothing wrong with loving, like, because when I have children one day, I'm going to love the hell out of my kids. But it was just something that's just off about this.
Facts.
It's just a little bit off.
Facts. And we're not saying
he's
that
not paying attention. He's walking in blind faith. Like him just look, because when I look
he's
at
worried about the baby.
He's just worried about the baby, and she's showing the way. Because when they make pictures like this, because I even used to model back then, bro. Mm. And when they do it, like, everything is intentional. They go through hundreds to thousands of photos and choose out the best photo. Facts. So out of this shoot, there was hundreds to thousands of other photos. Someone looked at this, sat this down, and thought of
everything changes.
They thought about the best way to portray this image to the media and what type of message they want to put out there. So when I look at this, I'm like, okay, what kind of image, or what were they trying to show through this form of art? And when I'm looking at this, I'm like, all right, he's just paying attention to the baby, not even walking where she's going. She's leading the way. She's more dominant, and it looks like they enlarged her somehow too. Someone was pointed out, like, she looks so much like bigger. Yeah, she looks so much more bigger in it. So I'm like, It was a little bit odd to me, but shout out to them and their new baby. The baby is definitely super, super cute, baby.
Facts, no, without a doubt.
Got a leather diaper on too. I was trying to pay attention to the details.
Yeah, he gonna be fresh.
Oh yeah, ASAP swaggy as hell.
Shout out to ASAP, dog. I love it, dog. I love the black love. I definitely love the fact that, you feel me, at the end of the day, he gotta
Yeah,
He got a good.
one positive I could take too, bro. I really do like how they have both of them on the cover.
Facts.
I will say that. I will say I'm glad that it's showing like the black nuclear family, like
Facts.
mom, dad, and then child. Boom.
Yeah.
Everybody's right there. But how it was done, I can't say I didn't look at this kind of weird, bro.
Shit was kind of weird though, but
Yeah.
you know, hey man,
That's how it is, I guess.
to each his own, man. Y'all just get out the matrix, just be very aware of what's going on.
Yeah, what do y'all think? What were y'all honest, genuine thoughts about? Y'all think we tripping? Did y'all see it a little bit? Do you think that it was just about her? Like, give us y'all input, because I'm actually curious what other people are thinking. I thought I was going
Major
crazy.
facts. No, I feel like there's nothing wrong with question. I think it's actually a blessing and a good thing to kind of question everything. Like you definitely. Okay, actually, I want to say I don't want to say question everything, but there's nothing wrong with questioning the things that are going around you, things that are going on around you, and asking why are they happening, or why does it look the way it looks or sound the way it sounds, and exploring that. I'm always a big fan of exploring and finding out more information that enlightens you all around, even if your opinion was dead wrong.
So I make sure, like, even when I'm looking at new information or things that look odd to me, I try to go about it by like, all right, I'm looking at this is how I feel about it, but let me think about it from the other perspective. I want to think about things from as many different perspectives as possible to make sure, like, I'm not tripping, or just to understand what they were trying to portray. But that one definitely was a little bit weird to me.
So going back to different perspectives, let's talk about this Ohio acid rain situation that's going on. And for people that are not aware, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong on the number, it was 150 cars. That's what they call them on a train. 20 of them were toxic or had toxic chemicals, and the other 130 were non-toxic chemicals. According to some research, because of like I think it's a bad railing on the wheel, it started sparking up that caused the explosion. They're still actually doing the research to see what exactly was the problem. So that was via another source on a video that we watched. But this is the biggest thing, right? So
what's crazy is how this crash happened, bro, and I wouldn't have known about this crash at all if it wasn't for social media.
Okay,
and it's crazy
facts.
because none of the major news channels got it, bro. Talking about these, like the CNBCs, the CNNs, the Foxes, like none of them covered it. So then it had me think, like, I was talking to a family member the other day, and he was like, it's because the people that own those trains are shareholders. And then after we did our research, we found out that's true.
Exactly.
So if you're a shareholder in the company that crashed, which is what, Norfolk Southern, why would you put it on your news station that there was an incident? So it just shows you the power of the media too.
Exactly. So now, but going back to understanding, seeing both sides, right?
Right.
Imagine that you are one of the owners or shareholders of these companies. Would you yourself blast this media out?
No, definitely not. Definitely not. And that's why it's like it's very shitty. I cannot blame them. But if you're in a position of power and your money depends on it, why in their right mind would they blast this all over their news stations? And they have some of the largest news stations in the country. Of course, they're not gonna put that out there. The media will go crazy, bro.
They would.
It will go crazy.
They would. But so at that point, then, do you think, and like at that point, does that then undermine the moral ethic that we expect from these channels, right?
Yes, we do. But you can't expect. I don't expect the ethics from them. I think we want to expect that from them, but it's like at the end of the day, business is business, bro.
Facts.
These news stations aren't just giving you this information out of the kindness of their heart. They're
Facts.
doing this for money. That's why a lot of stuff they put up there is like sad news, depressing news, or stuff to scare you, because that's what sells. They're not really doing it to inform you. It's to entertain you to a certain extent and to make money off of you.
Facts.
Like, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Exactly. And it's like, damn, bro. It's really crazy because I can't lie. Being a citizen within that state and not, really hearing that, because a lot of people are getting fucked up.
Man.
By it.
Acid rain. They said 2 of those chemicals combined is creating acid rain that's killing birds, chickens, and
fishes.
fucking up people's
Somebody, I
skins.
think someone going back. I seen that video where someone threw something into the water in the middle.
And the metals rose up, and then you had the guy that was testing the water and just showing how like acidic
It was bleaching the colors, and it's like, damn, bro. Like if I were to live in that area, it's like, damn, like y'all really not putting me on game. But it's like when your bread is invested into this shit, it's like, man, it's like, what do you do?
Nah, man, they wouldn't say anything, and it's kind of sad too. The craziest thing is how the train companies were like, oh yeah, we're gonna donate some money to all these people, and they gave $1 million. They gave $1 million to over 700 families, which when you calculate that cost, they're basically giving all these families $1,000,
Literally.
and they didn't talk about the size of the families. So it could be a family of like 6 people. And then you get $1,000 for that family after you evacuated them from a city from a mistake that you made, which is crazy. So like $1,000, and I gotta move my entire home. If not, I'm gonna be deathly sick.
You know what's crazy too, bro? Like, actually, I was looking for something. I want to see.
So did they not have? I wonder if the insurance paid out for things like that. Because I would assume, like, and my bad for assuming, but I would think that you would have some insurance that would pay out in the event of things like this.
It's just like because I'm trying to do the math. Cause like, yo, they're giving $1,000 per family. Now the basic family, I would say, like we'll say maybe two parents, 1 or 2 children. So we're talking about 3 to 4 people. So we're talking about anywhere between 3 and some change to $250 worth. Yep. So 250 divided by that would be the 4, but. In medical bills,
people. Yeah,
that's how much. So like, if they accrued medical bills, they literally gave folks like $200.
Literally,
and the average medical bill is over $1,000, $2,000 plus.
Do you think this is when like the U.S. should jump in and give money to families like that? Like I think FEMA. I think FEMA. What does FEMA do again? I forgot. I know they step in when there's like disasters.
Yeah,
let me just
FEMA stands for the Federal Emergency Management Agency.
Yeah, I think this is those times where they should probably.
They definitely should, because it's like, bro, it's your fault. It's and that was the biggest thing. And I don't want to say it's really that corporation's fault, whoever was supposed to do the check. Apparently, the emergency light for the heating of the rail went off, but it wasn't in enough time. But it just like in a time like this, like you got to show support. Like you have acidic rain falling down. And the news are not saying nothing for money. Like, if anything, like, you might as well kick some bread back out. Like, at least. At least.
Yeah, things like that is crazy, man.
What's more crazy is, like, it's like, damn, though. Because now you see that, like, certain channels will only discuss things if it's in their benefit. Yeah, in their benefit, in their financial gain.
And it's crazy because it's like, can you blame us being full-time entrepreneurs? Can you blame them?
You can't blame them. But now my question is should we then have some type of channel that is strictly focused on
freedom,
Twitter?
Yes, and that's why I think that Elon Musk bought it, because he wanted to be a sort of like community hall for the world to speak.
Facts.
But it's crazy because I think even though it is community hall, I think there is going to be some restrictions onto what we can say on it. But I do think there's going to be more freedom for us to speak, because we wouldn't have found out about that probably without Twitter. Because Twitter news catches on so fast, and it hits like Twitter and TikTok, and then it hits like Instagram and everything else a little bit later.
Facts, but it's just like, damn, because after that, with Twitter, it's like, I wonder what's the major age demographic that's on Twitter. So it's like, that point is only a certain amount of people that really get to tap into that information.
Yeah.
Let's see, what's the main on Twitter? We gonna see right now on Twitter, 25 to 34. Just as I thought, 25 to 34 is the main. It's the main
users. Those are
main
probably
users.
people that's like at work.
Exactly.
Work, chilling, bored.
And it's like, if anything, the older people are the one that will be more affected. Some shit happened, their body's probably not in the best shapes.
And you gotta think about like and you gotta think about the generations before us. When I think about it, they're so used to believing everything that they see on the news. Because it's just now that we're starting to realize, like, not just now, but like a couple years before we were born, where people started realizing like, oh, a lot of this stuff on the news is just bullshit. Like they're feeding us what they want to feed us. So it's like for us, we understand like, all right, this news is BS. It's very toxic. They're feeding it all this negative energy purposefully because that's what gets the viewers, which gets commercials, which gets the money.
Facts.
But the people before us, they're genuinely believing this stuff.
Facts.
So it's like, ooh.
It's crazy because it's like on the news, it's like for every one good story, there's 10 bad stories, and it's like, damn, it's just crazy, and it's crazy because they kind of make money on these negative emotions that they invoke. And
it's crazy because what adds to that is that people want to see negative stuff. We're more attracted to it, so it's like even you kind of got to blame us in the same sense, bro. Because when I think about it, is if the general populace did not want to watch negative, frightening, depressing contents, then that wouldn't bring the money in.
Facts.
If the mass populace wanted to watch positive stuff, then I think the news would also push out more positive stuff because they know that we're not going to watch it. No,
facts. I agree.
So it could either be from that point of view, or it could be from the point of view is whatever they put in front of us the most is what we're going to watch. So
facts.
It's like,
I don't know.
Who's to blame? Who's to blame?
Probably us. They found a way to be able to strategically monetize off of it. It's like misery loves company. Like people love negative information. People love gossip. Gossip. You never heard of the word gossip being used to classify good information being spread. So it's like people
like it. People like that shit for real.
It sells. It definitely sells. Drama sells. And speaking of drama, Chris Brown, Christian Rock, BLUEFACE.
Christian Rock? Oh, BLUEFACE and his girl and Chris Brown?
Yeah. Chris Brown is tired of people running with the narrative that he's an evil person from what he claims that people are basing this narrative off of an incident, we'll call it 16 years ago, when he was 17.
Yeah.
So, with that being said, though, he makes this argument that y'all steady want to cancel me, but y'all literally promote the bullshit that BLUEFACE and Christian Rock or whatever her name is, what they go through. That people love to watch that negative shit, but we're trying to cancel Chris Brown. Let's start here. Is Chris Brown wrong for making such an argument?
So basically what you're saying is like, well, he came forward. So Chris Brown just jumped on social media, snapping on a whole bunch of people about how he's always criticized about being abusive when he was 17 years old.
Fact.
While they're being abusive in their relationship, BLUEFACE and Christian Rock, I think it's Christian Rock. I can never pronounce her name.
Fact. We'll call her Blue Rock.
Yeah, we call her Blue Rock. Yeah, her and BLUEFACE having an outwardly public like abusive relationship. I don't think he should have threw them under the bus. That I will say off rip.
Right.
What you think?
I think he shouldn't have thrown them under the bus. I think his argument is valid though. I think his argument is very valid, honestly, though.
No, it is. I would agree with that.
But I don't think he should have threw him under the bus, but it's like, bro, I ain't like that was a perfect example, though.
It is. It is a good example.
Like, damn.
Because people don't say shit about it. We kind of just like, oh, yeah, she's kind of crazy.
That shit.
Yeah, she's crazy. She be beating him up, too. Like, it sells, bro.
Facts.
It sells.
But even BLUEFACE mom was saying that, BLUEFACE would like you so much, maybe you set the example for him. I understand where she's coming from, but I'm like, love.
So what happened with that? With his mom?
When his mom was pretty much saying that Chris Brown should have never snitched or threw him under the bus and said that BLUEFACE used to love acting like Chris Brown to, got his identity of BLUEFACE. So she was saying maybe that, BLUEFACE got that example behavior from you. I low-key kind of think it was it's weird. I think it was a kind of a sweet response, though, because to sit there and be like,
so his mom was, do you think she was blaming Chris Brown for
the son's action?
Yeah.
I think she was to defend BLUEFACE after what Chris Brown said. You feel me? To defend her son. But like I said, I think Chris Brown shouldn't have snitched. Or I don't want to call it snitching because
everybody knows what's going on.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody knows what's going on. But it's like at that point, it calls to like say like, okay, at what point is it throwing someone under the bus versus using that as a support to a very valid argument?
It is a very valid argument. But I will say it's a valid argument to save his ass. It wasn't just a valid argument just against domestic violence itself, I don't think.
Facts. No, it wasn't.
When I think about it, it was just like, why are they doing this, but I'm still getting in trouble for it? It wasn't like hey, I did this, it was wrong, but there's still stuff going on today that you guys are popularizing and enjoying that shouldn't be going on.
Facts.
Maybe if he would have came at it with that angle, it would probably get less criticism.
Yeah, I think for him, it was like I said, it wasn't what he said, it's the way he said it.
Yeah.
It's the way he said it. He came off as what I like to call a sore loser.
Yeah, it did kind of come off like that.
Like they're making money for it, and he getting demonized for it. So for him, it's like, bro, how is this even possible?
Yeah, I do understand his frustration, bro. Because imagine being 33 years old and you still getting like called abusive for something you did when you were 17.
Facts.
I'm like, dang, that he rode with that for a lot of his life. Basically, like damn near his entire adult life.
Facts.
He had to ride with that attached to his name. So, man, you shouldn't have called him out like that. But the point was very fucking valid. I cannot take that away from him.
Yeah. They praise
bro,
nigga Blueface.
Yeah, bro. People love this toxicity, bro.
Yep.
Like toxicity sells. Like even when it comes to like content and stuff that's on social media and stuff that's in these news shows. That's why like America's what's the Housewives show again?
At the
Housewives of Atlanta,
Miami.
Yeah, all those shows. That's why they get so much like traction and like
Facts.
Bad Girls Clubs because it's toxicity. That's what sells.
Yep.
But the fact that that's what sells is a problem.
Exactly.
Which leads me to say, like, is that the fault of the viewers or is that the fault of the people that was creating with it?
Man, it's the fault of viewers, bro. Like,
I
have to say that because we're watching it. We're choosing to. That's where they get you in this country. They don't. They influence well enough, because they can't force you to do anything. No one can be forced to do anything. But influencing someone to do anything is a whole different thing.
That's different. But it's like they put your finger on the trigger, but only you could pull it.
Exactly. And that's how they save. It's crazy because that's how they save themselves, or I guess just make themselves feel better. Because it's easy to tell yourself, like, I didn't force you to buy McChicken.
Yeah.
I didn't force you to buy a bag of Cheetos.
It's like it kind of reminds me of the show Lucifer. Just because it's like he's like the devil, he was just saying like, I don't make people do things, I just bring out what they want to do. And it's like Adam and Eve. It's like I got the apple here, I didn't shove the apple in your mouth and make you eat it. You ate that. So Facts. It's like you got to take that L. You know what I'm saying?
Facts, without a doubt.
Yeah.
And so that's why it's like. And now I think we're going to the point I was making with the Blueface is like, man, he did what he wanted to do.
Yeah.
He did what he wanted to do, bro.
Well, we didn't even talk about, Blueface did have a good point where he was saying that you kind of like one of those people. It's like, all right, Blueface was basically saying like, we all did the crime, right?
Facts.
But you can't get mad if you got a harder sentence than I got.
Facts.
If we all did the crime.
Facts.
If you did that crime, you know what you did, bro. You're going to have to take the L that comes with it.
Facts.
He's like, look, if I just got less time, I just got less time. If nobody snitched and it's all on the even playing field, if you're going to play with fire, you're going to get burned.
Facts.
If you play with fire, you get burned.
And that's why Chris Brown, I think you know the problem is Chris Brown, I think, tackled this very emotionally.
That's probably what it was.
It was very, he attacked us very emotionally, very impulsive, to the point where it's like you're 33 telling people to suck your dick disrespectfully. It's like, bro, to get your point across, you didn't have to do that.
Yeah, you're a grown-ass man.
You're a grown-ass man. Like, you're feeding into this narrative that they're creating for you. Yeah. It's not even that you hit women, it's that you're aggressive.
And then on top of that, you kind of brought it back to the forefront because now when your name is in people's mouths, it's about you beating up people all over again. So by doing that and trying to get people to stop doing the stigma of abusing women, by doing that, and now it's like, all right, now we're gonna go back and it's like you peeled off a fresh wound again. Now we're paying attention to the blood that's coming out.
Exactly.
It's like for the people that did forget about that, now it's like, oh yeah, he did beat Rihanna's ass back
Exactly.
then, even though she was, beating his ass. But you know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Like, damn,
he could have done a plethora of things. He could have just fucking
Did something else.
donated to a domestic violence organization that came out and was like, look, like this
What
is
I
not
did was wrong.
this is not who I am. If you want to still hate me for this, then hate me outside of the club because you can't even get in. But like on some like, look, I'm dedicating to doing this, and this was 17. I don't have nothing to prove to anybody.
My
but
biggest regrets in life. This is what I did. I want to donate as much as I can. It's not the image I want to portray to myself or to younger men that look up to me. That was a problem. Going about it emotionally, it could have been done a different way, but I can say that I do understand the frustration.
I do understand the
and that
frustration.
you're not wrong, but you should have went about it a different way.
I definitely should have went about it a different way. I understand the frustration. I understand the reason to be upset. I understand to have, change your ways and you still getting, drugged back because of this situation.
Some dumb shit. Just imagine that, though. Him being out with other celebrities, and then they're saying, like, and they bring that up in a conversation, or people always just associate with that. That would be frustrating as hell, bro. 17, he's probably being 17 and then 3 years passing, you're a whole different person.
Facts.
So he's probably a whole different person from when he was 17.
Exactly.
He wasn't even legal yet.
Exactly. And they don't want to give, like I said, like they don't want to give him that grace, but I think he should have created that. Hopefully he created that grace for himself in general. Hopefully he created that grace for himself, but like I said, he definitely just went about it wrong in terms of how he addressed the media. It's like, and then I think I seen on the story that this girl said something.
Aggressive black man.
They love that shit. And this girl said something, and he replied to her on story and was just talking about how broke her life probably is and unstable. And I'm like, bro, now you sounding verbally aggressive, and it's like, bro, I understand your frustration, but you are literally feeding these motherfuckers the same thing.
Making it worse.
Exactly. And to sit there and be like, I don't give a fuck what y'all, nobody say, none of y'all can see me, but it's like you all on the ground going
Hopefully
crazy.
he's okay. Hopefully he's okay, because no one knows
what he's going through.
Yeah, being a celebrity, especially as big as Chris Brown, especially as young as he was, because Chris Brown's huge, bro. He was like, even I was growing up trying to hit him Chris Brown's dances. It's just like being famous for your entire life, and then you making one. Imagine being young, doing one fuck up while you're young, and then being reminded for the fuck up for like your entire life. I'd be pissed as fuck too. I'd be like, bro, leave me that dumbass shit that was so long ago.
Facts. Hopefully he remembers that comes with the game though.
It does come with the game.
Comes with the game you playing.
Come with the game.
Comes with the game you playing. I wish in the situation that
but
happened.
Then you have people out there dying to be in your shoe as well. So shoot, choose your battle, man.
I wish in that situation with Rihanna that he would have just got out the car, took his money, and called an Uber.
Yeah.
Just got out of that situation. I don't know exactly how it played out. I just wish he would have just been like, you know what? Like, I'm just leaving. I'm leaving. I'm not going to stay here and fucking mollywop this girl. I think he would have just been better off leaving. But you can't go back in the past. He was young.
Yeah, it just is what it is at this point. But man, for any other young black man out there that's made a mistake, like it's so easy to say not be emotional towards it, but try your best to use as much logic as you can.
Facts.
Take yourself away from the emotion and just look back at it, or be around somebody that's gonna like keep you in check. Like,
facts.
Be around a group of guys or somebody else, even ladies. Be around somebody that's gonna be like, hey, bro, you being emotional about this shit right now? Think about this logically for a second. Take some time to yourself, find an outlet to breathe, and then come back to the situation if you have to, because going in it with emotion is never a good thing, man. You want to go in there with a clear, stoic mind. You're just looking at the situation for what it is and choosing the best logical solution for that.
Facts. Remember, guys, the man that is truly wise is the man that makes the thought-out decision. And that's why they say the man that is wise is the man that speaks the least, because he's too busy strategizing what the best decision and move to make is. So it's like impulsive decisions, they'll kill you most of the time. You feel me? Whether they do you good and you could have found a way to do it better, or whether it just fucks you up completely, like impulsive emotional decisions will usually never have a good outcome. So, just take the time, man, and before you do anything that's going to potentially ruin your life. Remember, even allegations, with certain allegations, you guilty to proven innocent instead of innocent to proven guilty. Be very careful.
especially if you're a man. But
Definitely.
that's how it is.
Hey, man. Another episode, Brody, with the Mic Check channel, man.
Yes, sir.
It's your boy, SimbaTheSpeaker, a.k.a. the Nigerian Prince, also known as Mr. Yiddix.
And is your boy, Suave, also known as ShantiDaGoat. Make sure to follow us on YouTube. Go ahead and hit that Patreon link. Like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification to see when we post. And soon we're going to be on Twitch. So you'll be able to watch these live streams and support the show as well. And we'll see you guys in the next episode.
Yeah, man.
Peace.